Okay. Okay, thanks, Steve. I'm not that young anymore, actually. Yeah. But anyway, let's start. So, as the last presentation, for the last presentation, I will thank Sebastian's introduction to our company and all the audience and the transport event to give me this chance to give you a glimpse into our automation solution. So our automation solution for port is based step-by-step approach from the electrification as a cornerstone for the crane automation. We use a conductor bar or bus with an automated telescopic arm to realize RTG seamless switching between blocks. And with a positioning system with plus minus 1 millimeter could ensure the independent positioning from external influences for the gantry movement. By applying the highly shielded data communication system, which is a highlight for this presentation, we call it SMGX, can transfer the data or video up to 700 megabytes per second as a net rate between the remote desk and the yard equipment. This system was developed 30 years ago by European Aerospace Agency for the maglev train, which should travel up to 500 kilometers per hour. As a detailed feature will be introduced by the next pages. And by combining all these technologies, we could realize a crane automation with auto steering and power management, as well as energy optimization, also the remote maintenance by one package. The SMGX has following characters. It is not a radio frequency device. This means no need for government agency to approve and an easy implementation or application for the customer. Oh, sorry. It is shielded, as I mentioned before. This was developed for the maglev train and has the lowest emission for the operation. The antenna could drive in and drive out the rail without influence on the remaining devices. And it coexists with other radio system. The SMGX could simultaneously transfer the video and data with one device as a single feeding point for 400 meter with a length of system. So SMGX has a scalable bandwidth by modular design, which means the customer could use the existing stationary equipment to upgrade in the future by using different transceiver to enhance the bandwidth without major change. The 700 megabyte per second transceiver are compliant with Profinet, Ethernet, ProfiSafe to realize the data transmission for video, TOS signal, or data or e-stop signal. The SMGX could help customer to realize the low latency remote operation. Here you could see in this table that SMGX for video has less than 5 millisecond latency, and averagely the video camera has a latency about 260 millisecond. Together with this, the customer could enjoy the low latency benefit from the camera to the remote terminal or remote desk for about 265 milliseconds. And for PLC data, of course, the SMGX has a low latency, about 3 to 8 milliseconds. It is cycle time for the SMGX. The following schematic drawing shows how we implement the SMGX in the real application by using the high frequency cable as here in drawing number 3, connecting with the SMGM stationary interface is the number 1, and with a remote desktop and SMGX profile here is the number 4 that we could and allow the mobile coupler to Norway coupler use the same type of HF cable to connecting the mobile interface with various equipment as sensor, camera, and HMI PLC from the crane. Then the customer could enjoy the 700 megabyte per second bandwidth using SMGX system. All this electrical equipment are plug and play. No major electrical upgrade would be needed. Here are some real application or how to say how could we use on the various type of yard equipment. By using SMGX, we call it USMGX with the bus bar to replace existing festoon system on the SDS crane. We could minimize the weight movement, the movable part, because the festoon system are heavy, and it reduce costs and reduce maintenance work for the operator. And this has no, the SMGX has no influence by wind, by heavy rain or ice. Here, especially in the tropic area, we have no influence from typhoon. In compare with the traditional festoon system, and an operator could enjoy the faster container handling through the increased speed, and without the loop, the festoon loop, the container stacker could be higher, and of course that it would be optimize the total cost of the ownership. And if we apply the SMGX combined with a bus bar on our ASC IMG crane, it could use it to replace the cable reel system. It could reduce the costs and weight for the control system for ASC. And just think about that. The movable, the whole trolley is only about 500 kilometers, as Sebastian mentioned before, and the conventional transformer and all the real control system with the reel itself, it's about 6 to 7 tons. So this could reduce the cost and reduce the energy for the customer. And of course, with a bus bar and SMGX, it has extremely low maintenance needs. Only after years, you only need to replace. What you need to replace is only just the carbon brush, and all through this, it could help the customer to achieve the high availability and absolute reliable data communication in the remote control, in the remote operation. And if we're talking about the ARTG, about automated RTG or AERTG, with our system, you could enjoy the flexible yard operation, and because our telescopic arm on this telescopic arm on the ERTG is automated, so you could also enjoy the seamless switching for your yard operation, and also with the seamless synchronization, auto steering. The owner or the operator could optimize the total cost of the ownership. So as a conclusion, regarding the new funded IECP trading agreement in Asia Pacific, we believe more trading will be happening here, and this will require even higher equipment availability and flexibility, also the reliability. With our system solution for automation with a data communication system, we're able not only implement the new equipment, we also could do the retrofit for the most existing equipment, as I mentioned before, such as ASC, as a SDS crane, and also for the ERTG or the RTG. With the busbar plus SMGX solution, we could enhance the yard equipment efficiency and reliability due to the less wheel parts and higher travel speed. Also, the smart remote maintenance feature will enhance the machine availability. So this will overall, as I mentioned before, this will benefit the customer for lower the cost of ownership. So for more info, you could always find me here anytime, as I showed it in the last page of the presentation.